What a classic in Boca Raton. We faced off against the big bad Alabama Crimson Tide, and we knocked them off. And we number one now. We number one. I said I wanted to take their spot. We was 4, they was 2. I wanted to take their spot at 2, and we jumped up to number 1. Gotta love it. An excellent game. A great game. The final score doesn't do that game justice. We ended up pulling away late in the fourth quarter, but it was an excellent game. Omar Graham Jr. had an outstanding game. He continues to put in work. Another transfer portal athlete. I don't know why I froze for a second there, but another transfer portal athlete who's been doing work for us. Last season it was Jacoby Spells. This season is Omar Graham Jr. Yeah, we moving on up. We moving on up. Just like the Jeffersons, we moving on up. We on a bye, but as you know, there are no buys. There's no days off. Got to get it out the mud. We building a dynasty here. We trying to secure the legacy. So we got some recruiting to do. We got some hours. Got 240 hours. We gonna schedule Kurt Felix for a visit against when we play Temple. So yeah, y'all know what we do. Jamie Nevis, quarterback. Yeah, we got a couple quarterbacks that we targeted. It's been a while since I recruited, since like the off season and the opening week of the year, which was the open week. No games were scheduled. And I forgot that our needs said that we needed, what is it, like 2-3 quarterbacks? I can't remember right now. That's so long ago, and we just been grinding out these games. But nonetheless, we got these quarterbacks we recruiting. We don't want to land too many because, again, we don't want to put ourselves in a bad situation like we were in the offseason where we ended up with 105 players and needed to cut down to 85. And this ain't Madden, so you can't cut. You can only force. You can only encourage somebody to leave. So, got to be diligent with these moves that I'm making here. So, let's see. Avery Knight. Want to get him in for a visit as well. We want to make sure his whatchamacallits line up. I can't even think of the word right now. I'm so spaced out right now. Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm fresh off a game in my franchise rebuild in Madden, so stay tuned for that next episode coming soon as well. But I just finished playing a franchise game, and I'm a little tired. At this moment, but I'm grinding this one out. We getting through this week. We gonna get through the scouting or recruiting, should I say. And then we're going to roll along. Then we're going to play, I think it's UTSA who we have next. I believe that's who we got lined up next. And we got to continue to put in work. The young phenom, Kiki Ndoma is taking over. Taking the world by storm, he balling out. And we're going to continue to do what we do. But Phil Ware, he's committed to Miami. Get him off the board. We also got to get Coffee off the board because he's got us locked out. But we're going to get to that when we get to that. We got to allocate what we need to allocate to these other gentlemen that we trying to close in on. Let's see. Coffee, yeah, you got to go. Probably going to have to add a couple more people to this board. But again, we don't want to have too many. Satiki Trueblood, interesting name. Left tackle, he's 3-star. We'll come back to that because right now it's not looking too good for us as far as, our positioning in his interest. So left guard, he's got his top 3. And even though they have a good lead on us, again, just like y'all, I've shown y'all in year 2 and the prior year, you can catch them if you do the right things, if you apply the right actions to these players. And I also have a how to recruit video coming soon as well. Y'all stay tuned for that. So President is a 5-star linebacker. If we could pull this one off, if we could land him, that'd be epic. I can't even remember if we actually landed a 5-star recruit yet. I don't think I have. I'm going to have to go back in that archive and see if I landed a 5-star recruit. But let's see, Liggins. Yeah, he's got his top 4. Okay. Okay, so that's our hours for this week. What we gonna check? I need to go check out this Heisman watch is what I need to go do. Let's see where we at. So we still have one player that's in a Heisman watch, Omar Graham Jr., who's balling out, lights out. Again, I told y'all he's been coming along, and if y'all been watching, y'all been staying tuned, y'all been seeing that he's been coming along. He's been balling out. That's that transfer portal work that I keep talking about. Top stories: Iowa State comes up short by 3 points. West Virginia came up short as well by a score of 52-48. Iowa knocked off Oregon 31-20. Let's see. Top 25. FAU sitting atop at number 1. Go figure. Oklahoma right behind at 4-0. At number 2, Georgia's number 3. They're 4-0. It's looking good. I might as well go ahead and get rid of these little 12 points for Coach Blackman, who doesn't get enough praise for what he's done to turn this organization around, to not only turn them into a contender, but a national champion. And we trying to go back to back. That's the goal. That's the ultimate goal. Go back to back, build this dynasty. So it starts here. It starts with this whole recruiting process and building the team out for years to come. So we're going to go ahead and advance to the next week, see where we at. And we got Avery Knight, a 4-star running back, to commit. Let's go. And we also got our 4-star tight end, Sidney Pullard, to commit as well. So already this is turning out to be excellent recruiting season. How the hell did we fall from 1 to 2? We beat Bama, we jumped up to 1, and then we have a bye week and we roll back to 2. We ain't even do nothing. But whatever. It's cool. At the end of the day, or at the end of the year, as long as we competing for that national championship, that's all that matters. So we got to keep solidifying our position and our status, and we'll be cool. Cal came up with the big victory, 13-10 over NC State. Player of the game for West Virginia. I flew through that too fast. Ohio State pulled up with the dub, 35-31. A lot of people doing big things so far this season. So let's see. Okay, Kurt Felix. We got a little bit more of an edge, but Tennessee is trying to make a push. So we need that visit to come through with the quickness, because I'll be mad as hell if Tennessee comes back and they pass us up and still are recruiting. Nevis, it's looking like I got to apply some more points to him, apply a visit or something, because they're trying to catch up to us. And I don't like that. Before we had a little okay lead, but now they're trying to, Georgia's trying to catch up on us. The same people we stole Georgia Cuda from, they're trying to catch up on us and steal Nevis from us. So Moultrie, Florida State has got a decent little lead. It's look like they're right there. I'm torn between if I need to schedule a visit or whatever I need to do to pull that one off. Hyde, tight end. It's looking like we're going to seal that one too. Might be the year of the tight end for us as far as this recruiting class is concerned. Looking forward to seeing what Sidney Pullard's got. Let's see, another tight end that we have a decent edge in, Cortland Peterson. And we've only applied 5 hours to him. So we can go ahead and apply a little bit more. Not a lot. Give a little edge. That's what I like to do. If I got a decent little lead, I'm not in a hurry to like really go all out recruiting these guys. I'll start off with something like DM, search social media. And then as it gradually goes on, as the season gradually goes on, that's when I'll start applying more. Either once those other teams start catching up, or just so I can make sure that I pull away. That's at least the proper process for me to go about doing it. You don't want to put all your chips in too soon. You want to put some of them in if their interest is high on you. If their interest is low on you, then yes, put all your chips in early so you can try to gain some traction on them bigger name schools. So like, say for instance, True Blood, he would be somebody that I'd want to allocate more hours to or invest more time into, because even though he's got his top 3, those top 2 schools he has way more interest in them schools. So in order to gain any ground on them, I'd have to allocate more hours and time into that player versus somebody who we have a decent lead on that we wouldn't have to do that for. So this is another example, but we don't have enough hours to allocate to him. We've already allocated those hours. So these other guys, so see, like Precedent, 5-star recruit. So I only allocated 15 hours. It's time. He's got us up there. It's top 3. We locked in. So we need to allocate more time. So that's when I send the house. And the same thing with Liggins. Liggins, allocate more. He's got his top 3. You want to allocate more, send the house, et cetera, and so on and so forth. So the higher, the better. And the lower, well, actually, the lower, the less you have to do. The higher, the more you have to do. But I'm going to cut it before we even jump start into this game, because this episode already been 10 minutes long. And next episode, we're going to actually go into game time. We're going to actually get into some action. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Again, like I always say, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed on the Florida Atlantic Dynasty rebuild, as well as tutorials and other College Football 25 content. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time.